gauge down and it should get us the lunar. Wonderful.
Hello everyone, my name is Felix Rogotsky, and I will be explaining the ongoing NASA mission that's named Psyche. So the entire focus of this mission is an asteroid named Psyche that's in the asteroid belt. It was discovered in 1852 by an Italian astronomer that I cannot pronounce right now. And it's about 140 miles across, and its surface area is 64,000 square miles. For reference, North Carolina is around 48,000 square miles, and it orbits the sun every 5 years. So, Psyche is actually, the composition of it is likely very rich in metal. However, that's actually not the main focus of the mission. So the main focus of the Psyche mission is it's going to help scientists understand how planets and other bodies are separated into layers, including cores, mantles, or crusts, much like our Earth. Yeah, our hypothesis is that Psyche is part of the core of a planetesimale, which is the building block of an early planet. And it could actually provide us a unique opportunity to study how planets like our own Earth formed. So the key goals of this mission are to determine whether Psyche is a core or if it's just solid material, and to determine the relative ages of regions of Psyche's surfaces. Another goal, more goals, are to determine whether small metal bodies incorporate the same light elements as are expected in the Earth's high-pressure core, and to determine whether Psyche was formed under conditions more oxidizing or more reducing. And also, finally, to characterize Psyche's topography. Now, the key hardware and tools that are used here are the magnometer, the gamma ray and neutron spectrometer, and the multispectral imagers. So the magnetometer will actually look for evidence of an ancient magnetic field, which could be frozen into Psyche's layers. Evidence that Psyche once held a magnetic field would be strong evidence that the asteroid is the core of an early planet. And now you have the gamma ray and neutron spectrometer, and as cosmic rays and high energy particles bombard Psyche's surface, the elements there absorb the energy, and in response, they emit neutrons and gamma rays of varying energy levels. The spectrometer will measure those to help scientists determine the chemical elements that make up the asteroid. And the multispectral imagers are a pair of cameras equipped with filters and telescopic lenses that will capture images of the surface of Psyche at different wavelengths of light. Data from the imagers will actually provide information about the mineralogical composition of Psyche. And now we have the final key hardware and tool, which is the telecommunication systems, Essentially, they're primarily intended to send data back and forth, back to NASA from Psyche, but it's also going to be used to conduct gravity science. By analyzing the X-band radio waves the spacecraft relies on to communicate, scientists can measure how the asteroid Psyche affects the orbit of the spacecraft. Now you can actually see there here that Psyche is about the length of one tennis court, and the main body of Psyche is shaped like a box, and it's actually slightly larger than a small van. And one of the most visible features is dish-shaped high-gain antenna, which measures 6.5 feet across. Now, the launch actually delayed several times, and it happened from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida on October 13th at 10 to 12 a.m. via a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. The 1.2 billion mission is expected to reach the asteroid in 2029. The mission was actually originally expected to launch in 2022, but was delayed due to issues with the navigational software. Psyche was chosen with 2017 alongside the Lucy mission, which launched in 2021. It will visit Jupiter's Trojan asteroid and study the origins of giant planets by looking at the fragments left over from the formation. And here's the expected mission timeline. So, October 2023 is when Psyche actually launched, and right now it's in orbit, and in March to May of 2026, the Psyche spacecraft is expected to fly by Mars to essentially piggyback off of its gravity to gain enough speed in order to reach the asteroid belt, which is where Psyche is located. And in August 2029, the spacecraft is expected to enter orbit around the Psyche asteroid after a journey of about 2.2 million miles. And leading the Psyche mission is Arizona State University and the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab. Essentially, and actually, there's actually more mission partners here, which is, one of those is NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, which is a division of Caltech in Pasadena, California, which is responsible for the mission's overall management, systems engineering, integration and testing, and operations. Maxar Technologies delivered the solar electric propulsion chassis, the main body of the spacecraft, and most of its engineering hardware systems. NASA's Launch Services program at Kennedy Space Center manages launch operations. Psyche is the 14th mission selected as part of NASA's Discovery program, managed by the agency's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. So where are we now? So actually, a space mission typically has 6 phases, which is A through F. The Psyche mission is currently in phase E, where it is cruising towards Psyche, and that's about it. You can actually see a map right here of the journey that Psyche is going to take. You can see that it launched from Earth, and that in 2026 it's actually going to go by Mars to, like I said earlier, piggyback off of its gravity to reach the Psyche asteroid. All right, thank you everyone.